we become what we consume, and it's a quite literal thing. And I realized this when I looked into my own personality, and I realized a lot of it is influenced by the people I admire, the media I consume, the videos I watched, the music I listened to. And for example, I dyed my hair earlier this year. This is like a little after my 21st birthday. And I got the idea from Pharrell and Frank Ocean. I saw the way they dyed their hair. It's like, let me try something similar. I was kind of getting tired of the black hair. And I also watched the Michael Jackson movie a while ago, and suddenly I was looking at like dance tutorials because I wanted to learn how to do the moonwalk and everything. But this just shows how important it is that we are mindful about what we consume, and whether we acknowledge it or not, it does influence us on a deeper level when we think. And to an extent, it kind of makes us who we are today. And I'm not like saying literally like you are like you become what you consume, but I'm saying that like kind of influences your personality. And especially now in this modern society where social media is kind of the forefront of everything, the volume of what we consume is also very important, especially because there's so much information being fed to us at once that our brains can't handle it, especially like with all the AI slop and meaningless content that people are putting out there in the world. And I feel like that's why a lot of people can like doom scroll on TikTok for hours, but they'll never like remember like they'll never remember like what they were actually watching. And I was like this a bit as well. It led to a habit where I was spacing out and dissociating a lot because I was so used to like not being present in my own body, and scrolling was kind of an escape for me. Like it was like I get back from a long day and I just go on my phone and I kind of like let my mind take like the back seat for a little bit. And I feel like more importantly now, we need to take more time in our lives to sit down with our thoughts, to sit in silence a little bit more and away from our screens and allow our dopamine levels to reset. So, check your screen time, don't overload yourself with meaningless information, and be mindful of what you consume on the internet. And the thing about influence as well and becoming what you consume is that it changes as well. Because, change is a food thing. I used to have dreads like around a year ago because I like my entire life I wanted to have like long hair, and originally I wanted to get like box braids to look like ASAP Rocky, but my mom would not let me do that. So I looked at other rappers and when I saw like Kendrick Lamar when he used to have his dreads, and that kind of inspired me to get into that hairstyle. And this is like a long while before like it became like a big trend. Everyone started like locking up their hair. And also for like music too, like you're not listening to the same artists you were like a couple months ago. Like I used to listen to like a lot of like grunge, like hip hop, like a lot of the opium artists I was into, a lot of the underground artists I was listening to back in the day, and that also kind of influenced me a lot. But I feel like we need to like curate ourselves for the person that we want to become in our life, like for the best version of ourselves. Because we have this vision, but what are you actually doing to become that person, to like manifest that vision? In a way, it can be seen as like a live action role play or like a performance, but to become the person you want to be, the person you dream to be, then it does take a level of performance, or it does take a level of like acting it, and like actually like envisioning yourself in that position until you actually get there. And I feel like that mindset is like very crucial for people that want to become successful in their lives, because a lot of great artists and businessmen nowadays, like if you can watch an interview on them and look into their mindset, you can see like a lot of them had like this crazy way of thinking, like it's very delusional. People would just look at them like they're crazy. But what you don't realize is that the people at the top as well, like the big artists, big creators, the people that are trendsetters, their ideas weren't like largely accepted at the time. But you see them now and how like they're influencing the masses as well. So I'm saying like you need to really be mindful of what you consume and how it can potentially affect you in the long run, and if it's serving you or not. And I'm not saying like you have to like be very like extremely picky with what you consume, but you might want to take like that little like second thought when you like open TikTok, Instagram next, or you scroll on YouTube, and you're like, it is beneficial for me, or just going to be wasting my time. And I feel like also with like social media, there are ways that you can use it to benefit you or to help you like to learn things. Because I feel like it can also be like a good place to like learn new things and learn from people's experiences.